Hello everyone, here I am explaining complete lesson plan. Subject English, topic the clever owl. Chapter में if you are not getting idea, just write down from which section you are going to teach. As here I have mentioned prose, it's quite possible, poetry, grammar, composition and so on. First of all, we have to mention the learning objectives. तो learning objectives को how you will categorize? You can categorize it into two parts. One will be general objectives and another will be specific objectives. If I am talking about the general objectives, which will be for the subject, and specific objectives will be for the specific content, as I have the clever owl. So all my specific objectives will frame from the topic the clever owl. So I have started with the learning objectives. Number 1, I have students will be able to create interest in English language. Students will be able to read, write correct English language. Then I have mentioned over here, students will be able to create awareness of the story, the clever owl. The students will be able to understand and differentiate between owl and the other birds' features. Students will be able to develop the power of imagination and reasoning. Students will be able to apply the moral values related to the story, cooperation and kindness in their own life. Here you can observe I have mentioned first and two objectives which is totally related to the English language. Then after moving the third to the sixth numbers, I have mentioned the topic which I exactly am going to teach. And here I have framed the question from the based on the Bloom taxonomy, memory level to the creating analysis. I have followed the Bloom taxonomy, as I have mentioned over here, able to create awareness which is related to memory level, understanding level. Then after I have understanding level, reasoning, and then at the end students are able to apply. This is the Bloom taxonomy, the last one, point of the Bloom taxonomy. But here you will observe all the learning objectives framed in future tense, and in the learning outcomes all the sentences are framed in the present condition. Only the difference between these learning objectives teacher framed before entering in the classroom, and this learning outcomes teacher framed as she and he is about to exit or exit from the classroom. You will observe one thing, all the sentences are the same, only the tense, only the time is changed. In learning objectives सारे में स्टूडेंट्स विल बी, यहाँ पे एक टीचर अज्यूम करता है कि मेरे सारे स्टूडेंट्स कर लेंगे, और आउटकम में टीचर अज्यूम करते हैं कि कर लिए हैं, मेरे पढ़ाने के बाद बच्चों में इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट हो गया है, वो कर लिए हैं, उनको स्टोरी के बारे में अवेयरनेस आ गई है, अंडरस्टैंड हो गए हैं, और एट द एंड अब वो अप्लाई कर पा रहे हैं मोरल वैल्यूज़ को, स्टोरी इन देयर ओन लाइफ सच एज कोऑपरेशन एंड काइंडनेस. यू कैन ऑब्जर्व वन थिंग, ऑल द सेंटेंसेस आर सिमिलर, 1 to 6, and here in learning outcomes same as 1 to 6. I have followed the same sentences only with the changing of the tense. I hope it is clear to you all. I am moving to the next point. Next we have teaching methods. If I am going to teach prose, then I will use another methods. If I am going to teach poetry, then method will be changed. Or if I am going to teach grammar, then definitely their method will be changed. But here I am explaining, or I am going to teach story, prose, right? Prose, then method will be storytelling method, explanation method, bilingual method. Teaching learning materials. What are the teaching learning materials which a teacher going to be used in the classroom or carrying with her or himself. Rolling board, pointer, textbooks, chart papers. Chart papers contains word meaning. Here you can mention word meaning, synonyms, antonyms, key points, anything, whatever you want to mention. Flashcards of different types of birds. Previous knowledge. So previous knowledge, it's a assumption or a general idea about the students whom you are going to teach. The students are well aware about sparrow, snakes, sparrow, owl, and snakes are very poisonous species. Here I am prepared some introductory questions. Before introducing my topic, a teacher asks few questions to get the attention of the students. Number 1 question: name few living being we see in zoo. Assumption, expected answer you have to mention as per the memory level of the child's. Which type of animal see in the cage? Which type of local birds you see in zoo? Which bird can see in the night? These are the introductory questions. This is the statement of the objectives. Here I have mentioned, today we will read and understand the main moral values of the story, The Clever Owl. आप यहाँ पे और भी कुछ मेंशन कर सकते हैं. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू नो अबाउट डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ एनीथिंग जो आप आज पढ़ाने जा रही हैं. सेंटेंस कैन बी मॉडिफाइड एज पर द टॉपिक, एज पर द स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. अब ये आपका लेसन प्लान का सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जहाँ आपके पास प्रेजेंटेशन है. नंबर 1 कॉलम इज़ अबाउट टीचिंग पॉइंट्स, स्टूडेंट्स टीचर एक्टिविटी, स्टूडेंट एक्टिविटी एंड ब्लैक बोर्ड वर्क. अब अगर आपने एंटर किया, आप इमेजिन कीजिए कि आपने इंट्रोडक्टरी क्वेश्चन पूछा, आपने रेपो बिल्ड कर दिया, अब आप वहाँ पढ़ाने जा रहे हैं बच्चे को. तो क्लास में 2 तरीके से आप पढ़ा सकते हैं, आइदर मॉडल रीडिंग, साइलेंट रीडिंग. बट एक सिंपल वे में आप समझिए, अगर आप जाते ही बच्चों को मॉडल रीडिंग और साइलेंट रीडिंग करवा रहे हैं या खुद कर रहे हैं, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आप वो करा सकते हैं, बट फॉर द नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ, नेक्स्ट पैसेजेस आप पहले पैसेज में क्या करेंगे, एज पर माई कंसर्न. आप देखिए यहाँ पे आप देख रहे होंगे टीचिंग पॉइंट में वंस अपॉन, देन आई हैव मेंशन सम डॉट्स एंड देन आई हैव फिनिश्ड दिस लाइन विद द अपीयर्ड वर्ड. और स्टूडेंट्स टीचर एक्टिविटीज़ में आप देख रहे होंगे, आई हैव बिगिन माई सेंटेंस फ्रॉम वंस अपॉन एंड एंडेड सेंटेंसेस विद द हैड डिसअपीयर्ड, एंड द सेम you are observing in the lesson plan. Teaching points. Now we have teaching points, students teacher activity, students activity and blackboard work. आपको दिखाने के लिए यहाँ पर क्या मैंने लिखा है, once upon dot then I have mentioned disappeared. आप सेम यहाँ पे देखिए, my sentence begin with once upon and ended with the disappeared. तो मैंने सेम फॉलो किया. मतलब अब आप बुक में किसी भी पैसेज को जो पढ़ाने जा रहे हैं, आप 2 पैराग्राफ या 3 पैराग्राफ, जितना आपको लगे कि आप उसके बारे में आपको अच्छे से इन्फॉर्मेशन है, वो डिटेल में आप एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे विदाउट सर्चिंग द वर्ड टू वर्ड इन द बुक्स. Just do mention from the beginning sentence and the ending sentences. Here I have given the explanation, total explanation, what a teacher will speak in the classroom, explain in the classroom. The only words I have mentioned over here, I have not mentioned here teacher will explain, teacher will read. Reason behind it, because already there is mentioned teacher, students teacher activity, what is teacher performing in the classroom. It can be possible, you can mention over here a teacher will explain, a teacher will ask question, but apart from that, if you will mention this will be look properly neat and clean what you are going to do in the classroom and what you will do in the classroom. So here my teaching points will be once upon to the disappeared. Here I have complete explanation between the lines of that particular passages, which included 2 passages. not a single passage. Here I have included two passages of the first two passages of the clever owl. And here what students will do? Students will do, because they are listening, and I am explaining this passage with the storytelling method. Students will listen attentively and develop their imagination. And in the blackboard, I have mentioned the topic, the clever owl, the title of the topic. Here I have mentioned the third teaching point. Second teaching point. Again, you will observe in students teacher activity, my line will begin with the they were the most upset. So here in teaching points you will see they were, and ending line with the get rid of him. Here the same you have you can see in teaching point, get rid of him. So it's mean to say here I have taken again the third and fourth passages of the clever owl, and I have explained properly, not followed from the word to word line from the books. Here I have explained in storytelling method the content gist of the particular two passages. And here what students will do? Here students will do listen interestingly and noting down word meaning. Which word meaning? Which I have mentioned in the blackboard. So whenever you mention anything in the blackboard, definitely write down some points what students will do with the word meanings, with the whatever you have written on the board, what instruction for the students you just mention in this students activity. I hope यहाँ तक आपको clear है. Next I am observing the things. In the third teaching point, what strategy I have used? It looks not good that our only teacher will engage in the classroom, because we are following the learner center approach. Then we need to engage our students as well. So then I have here in the third teaching point, I have used the pronunciation drill. What I will do here, I will give some words and students will pronounce with proper intonation. What are the words? Words will be the same जो आप बच्चों को करवाने जा रहे हैं. You can observe in the student teacher activity, you are saying this word and at the same time simultaneously you are writing the same words on the board as well. This will be the engaging process for the students. Here all the students get engaged with you while pronunciation and while they're improving their speaking skills. Now here in the last, at the end of the class, you can engage your students with the loud or silent reading. If you are gonna to give instruction loud reading, then one by one you can instruct, or that will be better if you will give instruction to do silent reading, because by the silent instruction of silent reading they all will engage, and silent reading of the next passage they will read properly, and what students will read words with correct pronunciation and comprehend the passage, because a teacher already explains half of the story. Next they will be curious to know what will the next. That's why they will read interestingly and they will comprehend. They will try to comprehend the story as per their own ability. Recapitulations में अब आपने as a teacher you have taught them 4 passages, and the last passages students learn by their own. Students learn read silent or loud anything, but whatever you have taught them, it's mean only 4 passages you have taught them. Then question will be framed only from the both of the passages, not the silent or loud reading, because there you have not taught them. You only instructed them to read, not comprehend, not you have explained this passage. So the only from the 4 passages you will frame question. You will search all the 6 questions are related from the 4 passages whatever the teacher taught in the classroom. It's time to ending up the lesson plan with the homework. In homework what you will give them, because already you have mentioned them word meaning on the blackboard, here you will give instruction or homework to write down the synonyms and the antonyms. Homework can be anything, modify or moderate as per your class teaching, but here I have given you the idea. If already you have given them word meaning, then just synonyms and antonyms give homework. Then what did the owl do for them? Write answer in your own words. This will be your homework. I'm ending this lesson plan with the homework. And now नेम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स में आपने अपना नाम लिखना है, प्रॉपर अपना नाम लिखना है. कोशिश कीजिए ब्लॉक लेटर में अपने नाम को लिखने का, सिग्नेचर में आप सिग्नेचर कीजिए. Scales of teaching appraisal. This is not for you. This will do by the supervisor, by the peer group. Comments will give by the supervisor or by the peer group. Here you have seen signature of supervisor, signature of subject teacher, signature of हेडमास्टर. यहाँ इन सब कॉलम में आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. स्टूडेंट टीचर एक्टिविटी एंडेड विद द नेम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट टीचर विच विल बी इन द ब्लॉक लेटर्स एंड signature of yours. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any types of query, feel free to ask and let me know in comment section what is the doubt you have.